Ataitanena seveta Bhuvushu Purushakvate Visheshato Tamashilo Rajaloka Guru Ataitanena seveta Ataitanena seveta Bhuvushu Purushakvate Bhuvushu Purushakvate Visheshato Tamashilo Visheshato Tamashilo Rajaloka Patir Guru. Vaishnavas. Ataitanena seveta Bhuvushu Purushakvate Visheshato Tamashilo Rajaloka Patir Guru. Word-to-word meaning, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Atha, therefore, etani, all these, na, never, sebeta, come in contact, bhuvhusu, those who desire well-being, purusha, person, Kasid, in any circumstances, Visheshataha, specifically, Dharmashilaha, those who are on the progressive path of liberation, Raja, the king, Lokapati, public leader, Guru, the Brahmanas and the Sannyasis. Translation. Therefore, whoever desires progressive well-being, especially kings, religionists, public leaders, Brahmanas and Sannyasis, should never come in contact with the four above mentioned irreligious principles. Purport. The Brahmanas are the religious preceptors for all other castes, and the sannyasis are the spiritual masters for all the castes and orders of society. So also are the king and the public leaders who are responsible for the material welfare of all people. The progressive religionists and those who are responsible human beings are those who do not want to spoil their valuable human lives, should refrain from all the principles of irreligiosity, especially illicit connection with women. If a Brahmana is not truthful, all his claims as a Brahmana at once become null and void. If a sannyasi is illicitly connected with women, all his claims as a sannyasi at once become false. Similarly, if the king and the public leader are unnecessarily proud or habituated to drinking and smoking, certainly they become disqualified to discharge public welfare activities. Truthfulness is the basic principle for all religions. The four leaders of the human society, namely the sannyasis, the brahmana, the king, and the public leader, must be tested crucially by their character and qualification. Before one can be accepted as a spiritual or material master of society, he must be tested by the above mentioned criteria of character. Such public leaders may be less qualified in academic qualifications, but it is necessary primarily that they be free from the contamination of the four disqualifications, namely gambling, drinking, prostitution, and animal slaughter. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manovishnang Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayang Rupang Gadamayang Dadati Sapadantikam Bande Ahang Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalang Shri Guruna Vaishnavangsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Nitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्तो राधाकान्तो नमस्तुते तप्तो कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण। So Suta Goswami is describing after Parikshit Maharaj he gave the Kali permission to reside all these 5 places. He's saying, therefore, whoever desires progressive well-being, and especially he talks about 4 types of people: king, religionists, public leader, and Prabhupada says guru means brahmanas and sannyasis. They should never come to the contact with these 4 above mentioned irreligious activities, or is the duty of the leader to make sure that their subordinates should not, indulge in 4 activities. We find, for meat eating, we find, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, talking to Chand Kaji, the Muslim landlord in Mayapur. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Chand Kaji that he says, Go ange yata lom tata sahasra vasyar. And then Go badhi rorab madhe pachive nirantar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that you are meat eaters, and you will rot in hellish planet. The name of that special hell is Rorab. And here there are insects called Ruru who will eat them, bite them. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Chand Kaji that you are eating cow meat. So you will rot in hellish planet as many 1,000 years as there are hairs in the body of cow. So dangerous. So therefore, it's very important. Prabhupada used to say, there are two innocent living beings. One is cow, and another one is the baby. So now the modern civilization is killing both. They're killing cows in the slaughterhouses. They're killing baby in the womb of mother. So Prabhupada says, you are killing sinless 2 living entities, cow and baby. Then how can you expect peacefulness in the world? So Prabhupada, unless and until we stop killing these 2, it's impossible to bring happiness, peacefulness in the society, in the country, or in the world. And therefore Krishna is known as Go Brahmana Hitayacha. Krishna, go, cows and brahmanas, they are very dear to Krishna. Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitayacha. And therefore, everything, with Krishna is actually connected with cows, isn't it? All the names of Krishna are actually connected to cows, like Govinda, Gopal, Gopinath, and Govardhan, Gop, Gopi, and even what is our ultimate goal? Golaka. So Golaka means Go-loka. Lok means abode. Abode of cows, not abode of humans. So only those who are cow lovers, they'll be elevated to that planet because that is Go-loka, the abode of cows. Isn't it? So that's why Krishna is love, it's celebrated Gopastami here, day before yesterday, everyone, so many I see in the evening, Matajis and kids, proposes they and decorated themselves like Gopa during the Gopastami. So the Gopastami is the day they celebrate when the young boys, they are certified as a full-time cowherd boy. So generally the culture is, the little children, they will take care of the calves, and the elderly people, they will take care of the big cows. But someone, Krishna's neighbor, someone was teasing Krishna and told Krishna that, you are still little boy, you can't take care of the big cows. So it's kind of Krishna took it seriously and he went back home. He told his mother, I want to take care of the big cows today. And then, mother said, no, how come you will take care of the big cows? It's not possible for you. And also, we have a custom, we have a tradition that on a specific day of Gopastami, you will be kind of, officially allowed to take care of the cows. And that's called, they have to take certificate. So cow herding is not so easy. And they had 9 lakhs cows. So you have to take certificate for cow herding. So then Gopastami day came, and Mother Yashoda, decorated Krishna. And that Radharani also decorated at Gopa. And that is the first time of Gopastami. So Krishna is about to leave. For the first day, he will take care of all the cows. So Mother Yashoda says, Krishna, how will you go? With his soft leg, is so rough and tough, filled. So you better wear shoes when you take care of the cows. Then Krishna says, no, if you want to give me shoes, you have to provide shoes for all the 9 lakhs cows. Krishna says. And how many shoes will require for 9 lakh cows? 4 legs. So, yes. So, and then Mother Jashoda says, it's not possible. And then Krishna says, Mother Jashoda says, at least you take umbrella with you because it's so hot, it's scorching heat outside. And Krishna says, if you want to give me umbrella, you have to provide umbrella for all the cows. And how many umbrella you require? Huh? But who will hold the umbrellas? Is that it? So Krishna loves cows so much. Whatever cows will do, I will also do that. So that's why it's Namo Brahmana Deva Go Brahmana Hitaya. So that's why the duty of actual leader, as Prabhupada says here, the public leaders, kings, religionists, and Brahman and sannyasi, their first duty is to protect the cows. They should not indulge in all this for irregulative principles. Some people, they even big transcendentalists, spiritualists, there are many institutions, and they say you are allowed to eat whatever you like. We will give you initiation. And there is actually some society, they say yata mat tata pat. So whatever you follow, whatever path you follow, you will get salvation, liberation. And they offer meat to goddess Kali. I have seen once in a temple, they are offering the head of a goat to Mother Kali in one plate, and in another plate they are offering blood. And they consider whatever you offer, whatever you like to eat, no problem. You will get salvation, liberation. But actually, if we see from Manusanga, they say mamsa. Mamsa means meat. Meat in Sanskrit is a mamsa. So the literal meaning of mamsa is mamsa. Mam means I. So I am eating you. So before killing, before sacrificing that goat or any animal, they used to tell this mantra on the ear of that animal. And that mantra was mamsa, that I am eating you this life, so that next life you will eat me. A law of karmas. So by even saying that, they get some, awareness that I should not do it again and again, these things. And these activities, all these activities, they used to perform not in the society, not in the city, in a secluded places, in forest. Just like, like we find Jada Bharat, when he was about to kill by dacoits. So dacoits are worshipping goddess Kali in the middle of the forest, where no one goes actually. So all these illegal activities should not be allowed in the city, in the public places. Rather, they should be allowed in a secluded place, because there will be some people in the mood of ignorance and passion. They will not follow the rules and regulations of the scriptures. So all these are required, but that has to be in somewhere else, not in the city. But when they come to the contact with devotees, their heart changes. For example, we know the example of Mrigari. Mrigari, who used to kill animals. Who used to kill animals by killing, he used to eat and he used to survive. And one day he met Narad Muni on the way. And then when he met Narad Muni, the Narad Muni convinced, why are you eating meat? Why are you killing innocent animals? So you should actually, he said, how will, otherwise I will survive myself. How will I maintain my family? Then Narad Muni told Mrigari, you should, whatever wealth you have accumulated, you should donate everything to the Brahmanas, Vaishnavas. And then you sit on the bank of Ganga with a tulasi pot and chant Krishna's name. So that Mrigari, he gave up everything, killing animals. And then he donated everything, whatever he had. And he started chanting. And he saw all the villagers, even neighbors, everyone was coming with so many grains, so many foods, they are donating him. So after few months, Narad Muni came with his friend Parvat Muni, and they came. This Mrigari, who used to kill animal every single day, when he saw Narad Muni, he was about to offer obeisances, but he didn't offer, because he saw the ant lines, they are on the ground. The ants are moving. So that time Narad Muni inquired, why are you not offering obeisances? He said, Guru Maharaj, because there are ants. If I offer obeisances, they will die. Then Narad Muni told this story to his friend. See, he was Mrigari, he was hunter, he used to kill animal. And today his heart saying so much that he is even dare to kill ants also. That's reminding, there was a devotee long back, he came to Mayapur, and during Gaur Purnima. And he came to Mayapur and he was sharing room with another devotee, Indian devotee. And the devotee came from somewhere in Europe or somewhere. And he was actually an army officer. And he used to kill so many people. They were actually occupying another country. So his job was earlier, previously, he used to kill every day many villagers, and they would capture that village. So he actually, when he was talking to that Indian devotee, they are sharing room. There are mosquitoes in the Mayapur early days. So then the Indian devotee, he was burning coils to get rid of mosquito. And that devotee was saying, don't kill mosquitoes. He said, why Prabhu, why are you saying don't kill mosquitoes? Because they are residents of Dham, holy Dham. So the next morning, that Indian devotee, he asked, what happened Prabhu? You are not even, you are so merciful to mosquitoes also. Then he narrated his first story, that I was this army officer, I used to kill humans every single day. So many people. Mercilessly I used to kill them. So one day, I was in one village, I was killing some people. After killing, I met one elderly person. And when I actually put a gun on his head, generally I find everyone get scared. But that person, he was not scared, he was smiling. And I was shocked. I told him, you are not scared, I put gun on your head. He said, no, I am not scared. Then that devotee told, I became curious, why you are not afraid of death? And then that old villager, he took him inside his room. And he then took a book from his library almirah, and that is Bhagavad Gita as it is. He says, that old person says, ever since I found this Bhagavad Gita, I read this Bhagavad Gita, I lost my fear for death. And then he gave that Bhagavad Gita to this army officer. So after reading, he completed whole Bhagavad Gita. And he was tears were coming from his eyes. His heart totally changed. He left his job. He became a full-time devotee. And now he is even dared to kill mosquitoes. So that proves, by the mercy of devotees, it changes heart. So, therefore, meat eating, the leaders, they should not encourage. We find Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Narad Muni, they never encouraged. And then gambling. There are many examples in the scripture. The best example is Yudhishthira Maharaj Pandava's gambling. Prabhupada wrote actually in one of his purport, he says, it's actually Krishna's mercy that Yudhishthira Maharaj, he lost on the dice game. He lost in his dice game. Because he wasn't so expert in gambling. So Krishna indirectly actually telling him, a devotee, he should not indulge in all these activities. But we know other part of this story is because he was a Kshatriya, so he had to accept the challenges. But Prabhupada says, one of his purport, that Krishna was indirectly, telling Yudhishthira Maharaj, a devotee should not indulge all these activities. And, we find, in Krishna book, that Balaram was having this dice game with Rukmi. There was a wedding ceremony between Krishna and Rukmini's son Aniruddha and the granddaughter of Rukmi. So Balaram, Krishna, Rukmini, and all the Yadavas, they went to the palace of Rukmi for the marriage program. So that time, the king of Kalinga, Dantabakra, and other kings, they told Rukmi, this is the good time. You should challenge Balaram because he is not good in dice game. Because they wanted to take revenge. You remember that Krishna had stolen Rukmini. So they said Rukmini's brother, Rukmi wanted to take revenge. So all the king actually told Rukmi, you should challenge Balaram for the dice game. So Balaram, he had to accept that. So the game was started. But in their first round between Rukmi and Balaram, it was like first round was kind of 10 gold coins in the bet or in Oegar, and then it was 10 gold coin, 100 gold coins, and 1000 gold coins. So in first round, Rukmi defeated Balaram. When second round started, that was 10,000 gold coins, the bet. But then in second round, Balaram defeated Rukmi. But Rukmi was cheated and he announced in front of everyone, I own the game. I defeated Balaram. So Balaram became very angry with him. You lost the game, but you are announcing you have defeated me. Anyway, so then third round started. Then Balaram accepted the wager of 100 million gold. See, so rich they were that day. Those days, 100 million gold bet between Rukmi and Balaram. And in third round also Balaram defeated Rukmi. But this time, Rukmi wasn't ready. He said, no, I won the third round. He became arrogant. So, and then he was telling, if you don't believe Balaram, you can ask all the audiences. But audiences are actually his friends. So that's why he wanted to prove with all the audiences. Balaram, that time he became very angry, and in front of everyone, Rukmi actually insulted Balaram. Rukmi says, you don't know the game of dice. Because you are a cowherd boy, you always herd the cows, what do you know about the dice game? And then Balaram became so angry, he took his club and then he just stuck on the head of Rukmi. He killed Rukmi immediately. And then when Rukmi was laughing at Balaram, criticizing, to Dantabakra and other kings, they were smiling to Balaram. After killing Rukmi, Balaram took his club, he was smashing all the teeth. He knocked out all of the teeth. Balaram said, you are smiling on me. How dare are you? So anyway, so there are like interesting first time that how Balaram, he defeated Rukmi and others. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says actually Bhagavad Gita, in 10th chapter, he says, Dhutam chalayatam ashmi. He says, among the cheaters, I am gambling, Krishna says. So Krishna is the actually gambling personified. See if we say. So then Prabhupada says in the purport, 10th canto, if you read, it's long purport, but Prabhupada says, by saying this, Krishna is saying Krishna is not attractive only for positive sides. So Krishna is attractive for everyone. Even to the gambler also, Krishna is the best gambler. For those who are thief, Krishna is the best thief. That's why, otherwise why he will be Supreme Lord. He is supreme in all respect. So Krishna says, Dhutam chalayatam asmi. I am the gambling in cheating everything. So therefore, sometime some devotees, this first like Balaram, we saw how he engaged, but that was to teach some lessons. For example, we find in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first time, one devotee, he came from Bengal to Jagannath Puri to participate in the Ratha Yatra. His name is Kalidas. He was an exalted devotee, very advanced devotee. That Kalidas, he used to always chant Hare Krishna mantra, never used to do anything. Almost every time he used to remember Krishna, and whatever he used to do, he would connect everything with Hare Krishna mantra. So once he saw some people are playing dice, so he went there, and that Kalidas devotee said, "Katu ke teha yadi pashak khelai." Pashak means dice. So sometimes jokingly he used to, in a jest, he used to play dice with other people. And then, but he says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Kari Pashaka Chalai. So every time he was, throwing the dice, he said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that way he used to play the dice. But Prabhupada wrote in the purport, very interesting purport, So he says, and Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur commented on this, because this is kind of little controversial, that he was an exalted devotee, very close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is playing dice. But he was saying, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, one shouldn't imitate these great personalities like Kalidas, because he was 24 hours, he was remembering Krishna. So indirectly he was showing that in whatever he was doing, he was kind of remembering Krishna. He never forgot Hare Krishna Mahamantra, whatever he was doing actually. He never forgot. But intentionally, one should not indulge in, okay, let me go to the casino, I'll chant Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Then after some time we will forget Hare Krishna, then only casino will remain. So therefore, we should not imitate these great personalities like Balaram, Yudhishthir Maharaj, and Kalidas. And about intoxication, we find many examples in the scripture like Jagai Madhai. They used to drink all the time, intoxicated all the time actually. 24 hours almost they are with an intoxication, that clay pot with which they used to drink liquors. But by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu they got delivered. So even we find in Krishna's first time, Dhenukasur, Dhenukasur, first time that is Talaban. Remember Talaban first time, that Krishna and Balaram and his friends, they wanted to taste the tala fruit. So, and they entered into that forest, which is actually inside Vrindavan, but that was captured by Ravana. Because from tal fruit, Ravana could make very, delicious, liquors, intoxication. So he kept, Dhenukasur. Dhenuka is in the form of yes, donkey. So then Dhenuka was guarding that forest, which was in the Vrindavan. And residents of Vrindavan, they knew it was under Kamsa, so they never used to go. But when Krishna's friend, they asked, so Krishna went inside, and then we know what happened. And then they were eating the tal fruits. That time Dhenukasur came, how dare are you? Without my permission, how can you, drink the tala fruits juice? So then Balaram actually killed Dhenukasur. Balaram with, Balaram, hold his tail, and in this way he was a kind of, swinging Dhenukasur. He killed Dhenukasur. But here Balaram was indirectly saying, because Balaram is Adi Guru. He is Nityananda Prabhu Lakshman, or a spiritual master. So Balaram is indirectly saying that in this material world also we are like ass or donkey. We are working so hard to be intoxicated in this material world like Dhenukasur. So Balaram is indirectly telling, you should not be intoxicated in this material world. Rather, you should surrender unto Krishna, who was next to Balaram, and you should drink nectar from the lotus feet of Krishna, not this material intoxication. So Balaram indirectly is telling Dhenukasur, everyone we are in this material like Dhenukasur. And then so we are trying to drink the material and we are trying to enjoy in this material, that is drinking poison, mud. So therefore Balaram, we have to surrender to Balaram, who will engage us to in the service of Krishna. So, and Nityananda Prabhu, especially when he used to go sometime, he delivered, Jagai Madhai. And then, someone came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with complaint. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you should be careful about Nityananda Prabhu. I saw him, he is going to the, house of liquor owners, liquor sellers. So he became doubtful about Nityananda Prabhu's character. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised him. How dare are you? You are speaking nonsense about Nityananda Prabhu. Do you know the position of Nityananda? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, Yaddapi Nityananda Sura Bade Jai, Tathapi Se Hai Nityananda Rai. Although all the Nityananda, sometimes he goes to the house of liquor sellers, but yet Nityananda always in transcendental platform, Nitya Ananda. He is always experiencing transcendental bliss. So never consider Nityananda is actually going to liquor seller for some other motive. So who knows, maybe Nityananda was going to deliver them. Like, I remember we used to distribute books, and I was in Sankirtan party book distribution. So I was distributing books in one district in Rajasthan. So when you distribute books, sometimes when you see in India, the liquor shops, they have a very small window. It's closed, almost, and a small window is there. You can give your money with that small window, and you can take the bottles out. So one of our devotees, he's very fired up, He always, goes to each and every shops for distribution, with me. So I was distributing other side of the street, and he is distributing other side of the street, shop wise, every shop they goes. So I was just noticing, he approached one liquor shop, and he just gave a Krishna book, Bhagavad with that window, and his hand is inside, and his saffron dress in front of like liquor shop, sharab ki dukan, and then his hand is inside. Now if someone take picture and he will say, oh, this sadhu, he went to a liquor shop, he is taking liquor. But actually if you see, he is actually taking money from him, because he distributed Krishna book and Bhagavad Gita to him. So sometimes it appears maybe Nityananda Prabhu went there with some other motive, but actually Nityananda Prabhu went to deliver them. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected. Don't consider Nityananda Prabhu in material level. Nityananda Prabhu is always in transcendental platform. And that's why Krishna consciousness actually can give us little, what is called, real intoxication. Like, when Prabhupada was in New York, and Prabhupada says, you are taking LSD, drugs, intoxication, why? And the American uses, because Swamiji, we want to stay high. And Prabhupada says, I will give you some other intoxication. Hare Krishna Mahamandra, by which you will stay high forever. You will not come down. So that is so, and then we talked about meat eating, gambling, intoxication, and illicit sex. There are many examples in scriptures. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very careful, and Prabhupada talked about in the purport. Prabhupada says if a sannyasi is illicitly connected with a woman, all his claims as a sannyasi at once becomes false. So Prabhupada spoke about that. And we find, like, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first time, and that Chota Haridas, the story of Chota Haridas. The Chota Haridas was kind of renounced, and Chota Haridas once went to collect some rice from Madhavi Dasi. And Chota Haridas just lastfully looked. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he didn't forgive him. So strict Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became. And then all the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda, Sarvabhauma, they requested Mahaprabhu. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Alpa Aparad Prabhu Karaha Prasad. He said, Mahaprabhu is little offense, please forgive him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so strict, no, I can't forgive him. His sannyasi, how dare is he? And then they requested Paramananda Puri, the godbrother of Ishwar Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru. Because if senior, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's senior requests Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he may listen, he may forgive this Chota Harida. And then he came and he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please forgive. forgive Chhota Haridas. And the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became so strict to him, although he was worshipable to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you see, Paramananda Puri, you are respectable to me. If you request me again to forgive Chhota Haridas, you stay with all the devotees here, I am leaving Jagannath Puri. But I will not forgive. And then this is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu little offense. He said, no, my mind is not forgiving him. Because he is sannyasi, he should not do all this. And then, Chhota Haridas, he committed suicide in Prayagraj. So, anyway, of course, that was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu set an example with that Chhota Haridas story. And of course, like same way, like we find in Vishwajana Swami, he committed suicide in ISKCON, and Prabhupada lamented. He says he should not have done this. But anyway, so we find that a story, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very strict about, this Chhota Haridas. And the whole purpose was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to teach a lesson to his associates. And when this incident happened, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't forgive him, Chhota Haridas, and he didn't eat for a few days. He was fasting because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he was crying. Yet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so strict. Then, by hearing this, all the devotees, the description is there, it says, Dekhi trash upajila sab bhaktagane. All the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they become so scared, so afraid. By seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's strictness, there is Sapneo Chadilo Sabe Istri Shambhasane. But even in their dream also, they give up the desire of sense gratification. So this is the importance of a spiritual master or some superior devotees who we need someone in our life who can guide us, who can correct us time to time. Otherwise, our tendency is to indulge in wrong activities time to time. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this way he set an example. What should be the ideal? What is the ideal sannyasi's life? And then, of course, we find even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so strict. Like once, Jagadananda Pandit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associate, he is the incarnation of Satyabhama in Kali Yuga. So he brought some fragrant oil for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected, and he gave, he says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you smear on your head, then your head will remain cool and it will be good, But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately rejected. How dare is he? If I use pregnant oil, then people will, tell that I went to prostitutes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so strict about all this, about sannyasi that Prabhupada spoke about here. And then we find, even another occasion, there was a devotee, his name is Damodar Pandit. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually, every day he was meeting one little boy, very beautiful boy. And then, but that boy, his mother was widow. His father died. So his mother was still young. But that little boy, he used to come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day in Jagannath Puri. So there is a devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotee, Damodar Pandit. And he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you should not meet this little boy. Because people will say so many things that you may have illegal relationship with his mother. Because he don't have father. So indirectly he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is nice actually. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes, Damodar Pandit, you are so nice, you are so concerned about me. But Prabhupada wrote in the purport that one should not instruct his spiritual master or guru, his spiritual master or Krishna, which was wrong from Damodar Pandit's side. Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was meeting, but he is Krishna. Like we gave the example of Nityananda Prabhu. But he was kind of indirectly correcting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you shouldn't meet this, as if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu don't know. So therefore Prabhupada says one should not try to correct his spiritual master or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then later on, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave punishment to this Damodar Pandit. Because of this, he tried to correct Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, that was not, directly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave punishment. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave, kind of constructive punishment. That's another important lesson, we can learn from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We immediately react, how dare you are speaking this to me? You should be thrown away from temple. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he didn't do that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after few days gone, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called the Damodar Pandit. He says, Damodar Pandit, you are so concerned about me. He was sweetly speaking. When you correct someone, we should speak sweetly and not in front of everyone. And he called him alone, Damodar Pandit. And after few days, not immediately. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't correct someone immediately or in front of public or a very harsh way. But in a sweet way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Damodar Pandit, you are so concerned about me that you are correcting me also is so nice. That means you can take care of my mother also. So why don't you go to Mayapur and take care of my mother there? So Prabhupada says, indirectly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him punishment. What was the punishment? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deprived him from his association. But that's why the punishment, giving punishment, correcting others is also art actually. It's not so easy. It's not so easy. Out of anger, sometimes we do wrong judgment. So therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave him this constructive punishment, but so that he can be away from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association. Anyway, so this way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu corrected him, and then even Jagadananda Pandit also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu corrected Jagadananda Pandit that because I am sannyasi, so therefore you should not do all these things to a sannyasi. You can give gift to other things, but not pregnant oil. And then even another occasion, Jagadananda Pandit, actually he had different types of love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is incarnation of Satyabhama. You see that Rukmini and Satyabhama both had different mode. Rukmini's mode was, whatever Krishna likes, I will do accordingly Krishna's desire. And Satyabhama is, whatever I like, Krishna have to do that way. So that is the difference in Rukmini's mode and Satyabhama. But since Jagadananda Pandit, he is incarnation Satyabhama, he was having that mode. So he had actually very intimate relationship with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had immense love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And once he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sleeping on the floor, and he was crying, how is possible Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sleeping on the hard floor? Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will not accept bed, pillow, everything. So he went to he collected some banana tree. And he cut those banana tree, he cut into pieces banana skins, banana leaves, and he dried it in the sun. And after making it become soft like pillow, and he put it inside a cloth. He made kind of bed and pillow for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by seeing this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very angry. He said, this Jagadananda, he can't say anything because he had different relationship with Jagadananda, like Krishna and Satyabhama. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Jagadananda, he want to make me materialistic. I am sannyasi, I am renounced, I have taken sannyas, I have given up everything. And he wants me to enjoy in this material world. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu angrily told his servant, Govinda, tell Jagadananda to bring some therapist who can give me massage 24 hours. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. And then Jagadananda, because he is in the mood of Satyabhama, when he got that oil pot back, which he actually brought from Bengal, especially to put on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's head. His concern was good, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sannyasi. So when he got that oil pot back and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't use, he became so angry. And he took that oil pot, he smashed it on the ground, he broke it, and he shut down his door. He didn't come out for 3 days. He didn't meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like Satyabhama. And then everyone says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagadananda Pandit is little upset with you. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after 3 days, he didn't eat, he didn't talk to anyone, he didn't come out. Because they have that relationship, sweet relationship. So then 3rd day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Jagadananda Pandit's home. He knocked the door. He just told briefly, Jagadananda, I am going to take bath in the ocean, and today I will take lunch at your home. By saying that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. And Jagadananda, although he was angry with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, upset, he became so happy that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu today will eat at my home. I am so fortunate. Immediately all his anger gone, and then he opened the door, he cleaned his room, he went to market, he purchased vegetables, grains, everything. He started cooking so many preparations. He was so happy actually. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, lunchtime, and he was serving. No one is talking to each other. Because now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is eating and Jagadananda is serving. Now that is, he was serving a full plate, like a huge amount of rice, is kind of a hill. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was thinking to tell Jagadananda, I can't eat this much, but he was not telling. He said, if I tell, he will fast another 3 days. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was slowly eating, and no one is talking to each other. And then after some time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagadananda, I can't eat anymore, please. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Jagadananda, you see, in an angry mood, your cooking is so delicious. What you speak when you cook in natural mood? So then Jagadananda, then relationship again developed between both. And Jagadananda took prasad after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when someone becomes angry with us, we can invite them for prasadam. And we can prepare their favorite dishes. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, give this example. So these 4 activities which you discussed, Prabhupada says the sannyasis, brahmanas, the religionists and public leaders, they should be very strict about, so they should never come in contact with the 4 above mentioned religious principles. So he discussed many examples from scripture. And Prabhupada said, therefore, before one accepted a spiritual master or material master of society, he must be tested by the above mentioned criteria. So if we don't see these principles, if we see these irregularity principles in anyone's character, we should not accept them as a spiritual master. Or if someone is any spiritual master, any leader who is against the scripture, we should not accept them, isn't it? And therefore, on purpose, one should test them before accepting, isn't it? And we find the example, the devotees, the rejected. Bali Maharaj rejected his guru, Shukracharya. And then we find the example of Prahlad, rejected father. We find the example of mother. Who rejected mother? Bharat, brother of Lord Ramachandra. Bharat rejected Kaikeyi because she was against the will of Supreme Lord. And we find the husband also, like Brahmana wives. In Vrindavan, that's the first time that Krishna and Balarama was playing. And then all the wives of Brahmanas, they were preparing some food stuffs for the worshipping. And then that time Balaram and Krishna went there, they became so affectionate, they are feeding, they are offering all those food which are meant for worshipping Lord. And when their husbands came, they chastised their wives. And how dare are you? You are offering all these food stuffs which is meant for Lord. Worshipping, you are giving to Krishna and Balaram. Then they rejected. What type of husband you are? You are against of Krishna Balaram. So there are many examples in this way, rejected father, mother, sister, husband and gurus. Therefore, Rishabh, this is Guru nasasyad, Sajano nasasyad, Pita nasasyad, Yanani nasasyad. No mochayad ya samupeto mritum. He says, a father, a guru, a mother, a relatives, they don't have any right to become father, mother, guru or relatives unless they can deliver their subordinate from the cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. No mochayad ya samupeta mritum. They don't have any right to become father, mother, family, relatives, and kings and guru. So therefore, Prabhupada, he concluded his foreword by saying, he says, such public leaders may be less qualified in academic qualifications, but it is necessary primarily that they be free from the contamination of the 4 disqualifications, namely gambling, drinking, prostitution, and animal slaughter. So, since Prabhupada says it's going to happen in future, the political leader will be elected on the basis of this. Whether you are following these first, no eating, no intoxicant, no gambling, no use of sex. Like we take vow at the time of initiation, so they will take vow in front of public, and they will be elected as the leader of the society or head of the country. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Yes. What you mean? What? What
should we do over here that is moving us into the direction of going into Vrindavan forever and not doing any offenses there?
That we are doing already, chanting, reading, hearing, like 9 process of devotion, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaran, isn't it? But if you say, for example, what should be the pros and cons for a devotee, so that he can guard the Vaishnava offense, isn't it? So, you see, that will be there, There will be sons of Vaishnava offense, when we practice Krishna in the association of devotees. So, we have to understand the, glories of Vaishnavas, and we should not try to find fault in other Vaishnavas, criticize them. You see, when we stay with devotees, naturally the tendency will develop. For example, if you drive a car, you can go fast to your destination, but there is always risk of accident. So it doesn't mean that someone says, I will not drive car because there is risk of accident. No, unless you associate devotees, we can't go to spiritual world, we can't attain Krishna's favor. But again, in the association devotees, there is risk. So it doesn't mean that we'll say, okay, since there is sons of Vaishnava, I will not associate any Vaishnava. No, it will not happen. Because if you want to go fast, then like in a car riding, you have to associate with devotees. But again, when we drive car, we have to follow the traffic rules. Similarly, when we associate with devotees, we have to follow how to associate with the devotees. All those things. So basically, it's positive association when you talk about. Then only it's possible we can go very fast into the spiritual world. Okay.
So you said not to offend you, but just on a practical life, because I'm very, very polite, right? And I'm very judgmental also. I'm absolutely ridiculously with this person, and I'm like, oh, this person, man, or this person, okay, fine. So how do we not do that Vaishnava offense? Like some people are just so difficult to, it's so difficult to even just, it becomes so difficult to even just stand there and forget about association. So how do we respect them?
Yeah, so when we, two things, in churning of the milk ocean, when the poison came out from the ocean, then they called Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva drank that poison on his neck, that's why his name became Nilakantha. So our Acharya says the poison is kind of finding fault in other devotees. That is kind of poison. So Lord Shiva, what he did, he didn't vomit it out, nor he took inside his body. So when you see any faults, it may be right, it may be wrong, it may be real, this devotee is wrong. But we should not vomit it out to others, that will contaminate others. We should not accept in our body also, that will harm to us also. So we should keep it exactly here. So Lord Shiva is saying, you should not accept yourself, you should not share with others also.
But sometimes in the practical world, it actually becomes difficult to absorb everything and not react on the situations. So how one can...
Yeah, so in material world it's difficult. There is no solution in material world. But in spiritual, or for devotees, there is a solution. Because devotees, for example, even if someone does something wrong with you, a devotee consider, that happened to me because it was Krishna's will. Tatte unukampam susamikshamanam. A devotee, he always sees everything as the will of Krishna. They see Krishna's hand behind everything. And therefore, a devotee never blames anyone. Because definitely Krishna had some plan. This devotee abused me. Definitely, maybe I abused someone in my previous birth, maybe sometime before, maybe in my childhood. That's why a devotee never considers this Krishna's plan. Krishna wanted me to suffer like this. So that is a devotee's mentality. Therefore, Prabhupada says, actually this is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, 14th chapter 8th verse. Prabhupada wrote one of his lecture. He says, these verse should be the guideline of all of our devotees. Every day they should remember that whatever is happening with me, everything is happening by the will of Krishna. And it's not that we have to believe it. It's happening really by the will of Krishna. We did something wrong. Bhunjanam evatma kritam vipakam. That Brahma is remembering, my dear Lord Krishna, I should have suffered more because of my past misdeed, but you mercifully reduced my sufferings. So that is the mode of devotee if someone do some harm to us. But when it comes to seeing fault in others, we should follow the Shiva's footsteps. And another thing is that we should try to see, Bhaktasiddhanta Thakur says, we should try to see others' good qualities, our own faults. That way we can get rid of that. You see, he can easily find fault others. But before finding fault, just consider, am I free from fault? Am I faultless? So when I am full of faults, how come I find fault in others, isn't it? Just
They say that when you point a finger onto something, there are three fingers pointing on it.
exactly. Just like the needle and sheep, needle. The needle and sheep means that channi. So the needle was talking to the sheep, and then she was saying that my dear friend, have you seen there is a big hole in your body? Needle. Needle saying, yes, I know, I noticed, I have a big body, but your whole body is full of holes. You don't notice. So we have unlimited faults, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. Therefore, we should try to not, kind of theoretically, we should note down that I have these faults. And the devotees whom I found some faults, I am seeing some faults, at least he has some better quality than me. Maybe he knows better mridanga, he can play, he can sing nicely, he can make garland much better than I. So you'll find at least one quality better than us. So that way we can, and then another consideration we should make is, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Opi chet sudurachara bhajate mam ananyabhak. Even if someone engaged in most abominable, degraded activities, one should consider him a devotee if he is chanting Krishna's names. So he has accepted Krishna's name. Therefore, most important, which I personally believe, is one should always read the glories of Vaishnavas from the scriptures. That is very important. That we not, physically will not judge them, but we will understand their position. Like Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam Sastrishu. It's not so easy, so rare. Out of thousands, millions of people, one can accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord. Just consider in Sydney how many populations are there, and how many people are coming to temple, and above all, how many people are chanting Krishna's name. And that devotee who chanting Krishna's name, I should never find fault in him. Isn't it? Hare Krishna. No, it's okay. I mean, those who are going for prasad, they can go. Prasadam is ready. Okay. The class is over, Srila Prabhupada ki. Okay. So it's.
You were saying about Satyabhama and Rukmini in Dwarka.
Yeah.
So Satyabhama is listed as Krishna's first wife. So her mood is everything for her, and then Rukmini is everything for Krishna. So does Krishna prefer Satyabhama or Rukmini, or is there any?
Both.
Both. Okay.
But we can't have both options in this world. Krishna may have 16,000 options. Because Krishna wants to relish all the mellows. So we have to be happy with one mellow. So, Satyabhama was little demanding. Sometimes you can, in material world you find some husband-wife relationship, there some wives or husbands are demanding. But that is also love. It's not Satyabhama, she doesn't love Krishna. But that's her way to love Krishna. And I think in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami wrote, there are different mood of loving Krishna. And one example he has given Satyabhama, and one example, Rukmini. For example, even if in Ramayana also, like, Krishna, Ramchandra told Lakshman, when he was going for exile, don't come Lakshman with me. Lakshman, no, I will go with you. He didn't listen to Ramchandra. Ramchandra told him, you should stay back. The kingdom who will take care of our mothers, who will take care of your wife. Lakshman, no, I will go with you. But when Bharat came, he said, no, you should go back. Bharat says, okay, I will go back with your shoe. So see, everyone has different mode, but everyone intention is to serve the Lord. Isn't it? So, Lord is actually enjoying, Lord is actually basically enjoying all these modes, because different devotees have different types of modes. Even primarily we have these 5 modes, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. Everyone has different mode. Like Yashoda and Radharani had different mode, isn't it? Sobal, Madhumangal, they had different mode, isn't it? And then Krishna released all the first times, And then Rupa Goswami said there are 11